This might be the most controversial, polarizing episodes in bar rescue history. Y'all remember this episode? If you know what the O-Face is in the O-Face bar and you want to know where they're at now, stay tuned. The O-Face Bar Rescue Season 3. What's the 2025 update? Before we get into that, please like and subscribe to my channel. Helps me grow, it helps me keep me motivated. I've done a few local stops and done 2025 update at the actual location. I'll link those videos here. Comment down below, let me know what kind of content you want to see. Without further ado, let's get into it. 2014 Bar Rescue. Jon Taffer went to Iowa to the O-Face Bar Season 3. If you actually search most popular bar rescue episodes or best bar rescue episodes, this consistently comes up as number 1 and number 2. This episode is crazy. These owners are nuts. I mean, you could tell alone from the name, the O-Face Bar. Actually, let me know, if you were just walking and you saw the O-Face Bar without knowing anything about it, would you go into it based off name alone? Comment below. Back in 2011, Matthew and Karen purchased this bar. They sunk their retirement savings into it. They were successful at first, but by 2014, they were already $250,000 in debt. These owners, to put it bluntly, was an absolute joke. From the exterior and curb appeal of this bar, which Jon Taffer said was the ugliest he's ever seen, to them serving pre-made shots. How you serve a pre-made shot, but also servicing it, I cannot talk today. To also serving it in used plastic cups. One of the best scenes of the episode was a customer going behind the bar and making their own drink. I applaud that customer, because do you know how many clubs or bars or lounges I've been to where I didn't get service quickly enough, and I thought about doing that? Because there was nobody behind the bar, this customer took initiative and made their own drink. Bravo! Another great scene of this episode is when two bartenders, Carissa and Amanda, get into an actual physical confrontation. Jon Taffer has to break up the fight, and Amanda is very rude to him, and Amanda has some other problems as well. Jon Taffer was so fed up that he told Matt and Karen, the owners, to fire Amanda or he will not return and help. Matt wants to fire Amanda because he wants Jon Taffer to stay and help, but Karen, on the other hand, wants to give her another chance. So Karen fires Carissa instead of Amanda, obviously sending Jon Taffer off the deep end. Jon Taffer confronts Matt and basically tells him that Karen is the reason for the bar's downfall. Typical Karen, right? Okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't let that joke go. My apologies to all Karens out there. Not all Karens are bad. Matt agrees with Jon Taffer, finally confronts Karen. They both decide to get their crap together and end up firing Amanda and bring back Carissa. Now this episode really starts to get juicy. Let's talk about it. During a stress test, of course, they fail. Blah, blah, blah. Same thing all the time, right? But here's what happens during the stress test. Not only is there another physical altercation, but Jon and his team overhear the staff gossiping, which prompts Jon Taffer to do a business background check. What did he find? Oh my goodness. What did Jon Taffer find during these background checks? Let me tell you, he found a number of criminal offenses, including on camera, the owner, Matthew, physically assaulting an employee. This prompts Jon to ask, what is going on and why he's there? For the first time in history, Jon Taffer leaves this bar and walks out and does not rescue it. Since Jon Taffer left the bar, you might be thinking that bar failed miserably and it must have went out of business within a couple weeks, right? Let's find out. In 2014, the bar actually lost its liquor license. Ironically enough, in part due to the factor that Jon Taffer showed up and did a bar rescue episode. They saw that episode and determined this bar was not fit to have a liquor license. In addition to the mayor receiving a ton of emails talking about how this bar is a disgrace and a laughingstock to the community. Shortly after, Matthew appealed the decision and they were able to renew their liquor license. Now, what's happening 10 years later? Is the bar still open? This is yet another bar with a very toxic owner that had multiple crimes, not only at the bar, but with the owner themselves. I did another episode of a controversial bar where the owner was also arrested a few times and there was a shooting at the bar. I'll link that right up here. Now let's talk about the 2023 4 and 5 update of the O-Face bar. Crazy enough, and still doing some of the similar things that it was before. However, Karen seems to be the only owner of the bar as of present time. Matthew, on the other hand, has been arrested quite a few times. Some of the more serious charges against Matthew was Matthew pleading guilty to text assault, along with then failing to register as a text offender. So not only was the owner committing crimes, but there was a few crimes on the premises, including inside the bar. In 2021, there was a shooting actually in the bar, where a customer walked in, walked right up to another customer, walked out. As of me viewing the article, the shooter still had not been identified or caught, but that obviously prompted some issues at the bar. Now, as in 2025, it's tricky to know whether or not this bar is still open because per Google Maps, the sign is gone. I did see reviews in February that said the bar was still open, but I also saw the bar was closed. So if you're in Iowa or you live near here, comment down below and let us know if that bar is still open. I'm not going to post all the reviews because, as noted, a number of the reviews are fake just because the episode was so controversial. But this review I saw particularly interesting, left just recently. That's it for today's episode. Comment down below, let me know what episodes you want me to cover next. Otherwise, again, please like and subscribe to my channel, helps me grow. We'll see you on the next one.